I have plenty of money and I am going to call a press conference. But yet, who is this wonderful person who's calling a press conference with no press? The grand dame herself, Karen Huger, honey. What is up, everyone? My name is Miss Sophia the Diva. I'm here once again to talk to you about Real Housewives of Potomac. I finally have time to sit down and talk about these ladies. Jesus. Okay, we open up the episode with Monique Samuels getting established into her home. Oh my God, it's just so overwhelming being a housewife and manager of my husband's millions. She said something about a basement. I was like, girl, you might not want to mention a basement because honestly, the basements in the Bravo franchises, they don't tend to fare too well. Oh, let me do a wig check real quick. I still can't get over that. I'm still laughing at that. This person came on Instagram and I said something about Kenya's reunion look. It don't look good. It's a very sloppy look. And they decided to attack my wigs, talking about it looked like Dolly Parton wigs. I was like, okay, girl. You go right on ahead with your angry, hateful self. Probably a stand for Kenya Moore or something. But either way, let's get back to the topic at hand. But Monique is going to have a visitor, and she is so overwhelmed. And that's when zoom, zoom, zoom. All I want to do is zoom, zoom, zoom. Hey, it's Miss Huger rolling up in the Jag. Brand new, the sports package edition, honey. Race car ready. She has on this fabulous pink jumpsuit. It's just amazing how wonderful and awesome this woman looks. Despite all the stress she is under, honey, because raised business taxes, their individual taxes, trying to keep up appearances because you don't want to admit to people that times have gotten a little challenging. But either way, honey, she wants y'all to know that she got plenty money. Okay, she got plenty money. Okay, so she can go out and buy her, or lease, we don't know, a brand new sports car Jag, and I don't know what that is, but that is a fabulous car. Basically, Karen's theme song is, once I lived the life of a millionaire, spending my money, I just didn't care. Then I forgot all the rest, but then let's get to it. If I ever get my hand on a dime again, I'ma hold it till the eagle grins. 'Cause nobody loves you when you're down and out. I love that song. Nina Simone's version of it. I don't know if she wrote it. I know I've heard Abby Lincoln sing it too. But either way, Karen she probably might be down and out, and she just want to fly. And again, let's just use this as a teachable moment, people. If you're down and out, you're just down and out. There's no need to try to put up appearances for anyone, because at the end of the day, it's all about you and your comforts and not you trying to make others comfortable when you're the one that's now uncomfortable. Monique and Karen, they have a conversation about everything that's going on, and Monique shares her Shark Tank she's gotten with her exotic fish and sea. I really would like something like that, but I wouldn't want it in my kitchen. I would want it in like my den or my game room or something like that, or even my living room, but to each their own. Plus, Monique is nouveau rich anyway. She just, come see. She just, by the way, I just learned that from one of my Caribbean friends. She's just one of those people that likes to put on airs because she feels as though she has to be validated by money, because unfortunately this world does make you feel uncomfortable. I've been there, but I'm still not wealthy or married into money, so I've just learned to just go without and just be who I am, dress how I like, wear what I like, buy the labels I like if I can, but there is nothing wrong with Target, Marshalls, Ross, JCPenney. Where else do I shop? Macy's, the clearance rack, Nordstrom rack. So I'm just saying, but if that's what you're into and you feel like you feel better and be validated and made whole by having to flaunt everything you got, so be it. And that's the problem I see right now with Karen. But Karen is crazy. She was going off talking about how the shark was appropriately named in her name because I guess she a conjurer and a murderer too. She said she is a shark, honey. and she will eat you alive, talking about, and if you fuck with my family, I'll bring you back to life and fuck you up again. I was like, God damn, what happened to, I am the grand dame to, bitch, I'll beat your ass. It's like, what the fuck happened? Then we go on, I believe it's Ashley's storyline that's up next. The restaurant is doing better, and I think one of the best things that she can do is have a networking brunch. I think she says she has it once a month or every quarter or something, but it looked very nice, and I personally would love to get into doing things and attending things like that to grow my business or learn how to establish my business properly. Like I tell everybody, yes, I went to law school, yes, I studied business, but one of the things I didn't get into was tax law. And that's one of the things you definitely want to protect yourself from when you're starting your own business is, you know, oh, and now copyrights, protection, trademarks, that type of thing. I can go through that with no problem. But yeah, the business tax stuff, I'm just like, ooh, we don't want to deal with that too often. Either way, Ashley's restaurant is doing better. Her marriage is still up in the air, but I guess they back living together. We see the onboarding of the new chick, Candace. Candace meets Monique, and those two are perfect. It's hilarious the exchange that these two have. Ashley kept saying she was Miss US, so I guess there's a Miss USA, there's a Miss US, I guess Miss United States, and what's the other one? Miss America. I guess they just done broke it out. United States of America, Miss America. I mean, I guess that's how the pageants work, but either way, Monique just so funny, talking about, well, I didn't graduate from Howard, but my sister did, and Candace was sharing that she graduated from there, and she's like, she's a rapper, she's engaged, all types of things. So, I mean, and then she was talking about, oh, she was just pointing. Monique was like, she was just pointing. She just was like, oh, she might accidentally hit me, have to punch her. I'm just like, why would you punch her when you know it's an accident? The girl talks with her hands. She's all over the place. That's just how she was. I was like, oh, girl, you got too much energy for me. And I thought I was hyperactive, okay? So they probably will be besties because, you know, Charisse is not really going to be on the show like she used to be. So, oh, well, I'll tell you what else was funny is that somebody was talking about Karen, and Ashley goes, I need Karen. I don't want Karen. Karen's fake as hell. I was like, girl, you might want to eat them words later because at this press conference, you won't get your feelings hurt. Let's talk about Giselle real quick, my soror. She is happy and in love with this Sherman man. I'm happy for her, honey. Sherman is nice and chocolate with some nice lips, honey. Yes. Somebody was saying how he was ugly. I was like, you know what? Actually, he's very handsome in his own way. I'm glad that she's happy. Here's the thing, though, that I do hesitate about is the fact that on their vineyard picnic, they were talking about moving in together. And I would be curious to know the ages and sexes of Sherman's children. We know Giselle's children. They're daughters. They're tweens, I think. I think they're like 11 and 12. So I don't know. And then if Sherman has younger kids or an older son or something, I would hesitate to do that. But if they're going to get married, they're going to become like the Brady Bunch. The kids obviously have had a lot of interaction with Mr. Sherman. And Giselle is very happy in that department. Later on, I will, of course, discuss my disappointment in how Giselle handles people like Karen in their downfall. Ethel didn't teach us that. Now let's talk about Robin, okay? So Robin and Juan are getting their financial legs back up under them, which is why I think that's why Robin is more so interested in Karen's downfall, because she just relishes in the fact that someone is just as bad off as she is in some respects. I like Robin. I don't like how she's trying to be this season. It's almost like she's trying to flip the script like Cynthia did. And I think Cynthia found out the hard way in Real Housewives of Atlanta that we don't like mean girls like that. If that's not if that's not what you've been serving us all this time, we don't want to see that. And that's what Robin is kind of doing. But her and her ex-husband, they are still living together, still sharing a bed together, as we know. But now they're getting ready to move again together in the same subdivision, but into a bigger townhouse. Bravo is shady. They had Giselle come over and throw some shade. They had to point out that where she is living is 37 miles away from Potomac. Giselle talking to her, oh Lord, this damn trek was so long. And then she was like, I never understood why y'all moved over here. I was like, Giselle, why is that not an understanding? You know why she moved. They couldn't afford to live in Potomac. They couldn't afford the zip code anymore, okay? She had to do what she had to do. Were you going to offer her family a place to stay? Do you perhaps have a basement that's large enough to accommodate the family? It doesn't matter. Sometimes we have to start over, okay? Maybe one day you'll understand it by and by, but either way, bravo Shady for showing that little map about how she's 37 miles away, and for Giselle just, oh, I'm so exhausted. You know, there's not a gas station anywhere. Oh my God, it's like driving through the desert is essentially how she was acting. There was discussion about Karen, of course, and she just like, I think she's lying this whole time. And of course, they kept doing the back and forth between Monique and Karen talking versus Robin and Giselle talking, but honestly, at the end of the day, what's the business of it at all? I like Robin, but I just think that this little mean girl thing is wholly unnecessary. Even though Karen claims to have not known, and we found out in the first episode that Ray said you did know because I told you, but of course he's limited in what he could say. Let me say this, because Monique didn't get it. They have separate accounts. They file taxes separately. Me and my husband have a joint account. That's you all. That's how you choose to run your house. Other people may do it differently. Quite frankly, I think it's great. Of course, people keep saying she don't have an income. I think Giselle was like, Karen don't work. What's her income? Well, that's true. Maybe Ray set up a way where she's technically working for him, but getting a paycheck, off the profits. We don't know. But either way, she said they don't share an account together. She's like, that's not how we're set up. And Monique's like, why? Girl, you new to this. I think it's a good sound business plan. Also, there is a difference between business taxes versus personal taxes, okay? So long as Ray has not been commingling his business assets and personal assets, and that can be proven through however they want to trace it, he good. I mean, just pay your business taxes. Robin also said something where she was trying to elicit sympathy from the audience, I assume, talking about Ashley just doesn't understand what it's like to, come up with somebody. I mean, she married into money, and that's why last season I just didn't understand. You married money, and Vaughn and we came up together. We got money together. We lost money together. I just don't understand. I was like, oh, God. There's no comparison. You could have shaken yourself from that situation altogether because I guess he was cheating on you at one point. That's what you chose to stay with. You're relishing in Karen's brokenness. Unless I'm missing something, I'm pretty sure that no one was really on you about being broke. What everybody is on you about is the fact that your relationship is just weird to most people. But, we can't judge you for what you choose to do. If you choose to look like Boo Boo the Fool all the time, that's on you. I mean, that's it. First of all, let me not even say it like that. If you choose your happiness to be, or your pseudo happiness to be, living with a man whom you are no longer married, that you were once married to, that you have children with, we get it. But you're raising your kids in chaos and dysfunction. Also, I don't understand this move. You had on your calendar, whatever that was, moving day, you ain't packed shit. And then you up here talking about, I never knew what it was like to have to move because, one was making millions. I would just pay people thousands of dollars to come pack and move our stuff. You should have been packing stuff because looking at the house, I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but it looked like you hadn't packed anything. I have movers come too. I have my stuff packed, most of it. Okay, I'm not the best mover. I ended up having to move a load myself one time because, yeah. Also at this luncheon, real quick, Monique was talking about, it's very important that women, we uplift one another and have each other's back. By the way, Candace, since you're coming to the group, I just want to let you know there's a couple of fake ass wannabes in this group. Women's empowerment with backstabbing. Okay, but now let's get to let's talk about Candace real quick. Candace claims that her family was like the Huxtables, but looking at that family portrait, she was one child. And as James Caldwell pointed out in his review, he said, you can't compare yourself to the Huxtables because the Huxtable kids were seemingly adjusted children who didn't know they were rich. As a matter of fact, Vanessa had a wake-up call, remember, when it was over that original portrait and all that stuff, and the kids started calling her rich girl. And her parents had to let her know, yeah, your parents are doing very well. We're very well off, but you're not. And so I don't know what Candace's backstory is, but she refers to her fiance as a substance. He is your average white dude. She was a waitress. He was a cook or a restaurant manager or something. And I'm like, your parents cut you off, or they just wanted you to do some hard work. Anyway, they get married. I didn't catch, and somebody corrects me if I'm wrong. Did he make a come up? Is he rolling in the money now? You so high and mighty, but you getting with this white boy. But then again, he is white. And in the words of Paul Mooney, he has the skin complexion for the protection from the collection. Okay? So even though people would say she's marrying down in some respects, based upon our societal norms, she's kind of marrying up by marrying a white man. But okay. By the way, it's Candace with an I. Candiace. Also, what's interesting about this is that he's been married and divorced. He has 3 children by 2 different women. Candace like, well, we had to get through all of that, but I'm okay with it. I'm like, are you? Are you? Honestly, once you get to be a certain age, you kind of expect people to have kids. I don't have a problem with that. But given one of my last experiences, I'm kind of like, how old these kids? If they grown, I don't know if I want to deal with that, because sometimes they can be fastidious intermeddlers. So I'm cool. So we'll continue. I'm gonna give Candace 2 more episodes to see who she really is. Is she really bad and bougie and all caught up in money and glory like Monique, even though she come from money? She just defined herself by her parents' money. I don't know. Karen, I am holding court down to the steakhouse, okay? But it's a press conference. Alex Rogers pointed out that the dude that she had as her wing dude probably is just a production assistant, a PA. But she calls the girls in. Giselle done had a shirt custom made talking about what did she say? Pray for the Hugers or whatever. And on the back of it, it's like tax reform, free Ray, free Karen, or something like that. Like everybody being indicted and going to jail. They all get there. Actually, no, the hashtag said free Uncle Ben. I said, you know what? And see, he's going to see that. And the thing about it is that Karen and Giselle have been friends for 15, 20 years, I think is what they said. And for it to be like that, really? I didn't think that was nice, Giselle. And, Ethel did not teach us to do that. We are to uplift and empower our sisters, whether they're our sorors or they're just humankind. So I didn't like that. I did like the fact that you chose not to be so brazen with it in the end when you showed up at the lunch and put on a very cute pink blazer and your pearls. I liked it. So Karen provided them with pencils and papers like they going to school. She tried to tell her side of the story. There were questions. Somebody hollered out, I need to know what I'm defending, because I ride for y'all, but I need to know what's going on. What am I defending exactly? I think that was Monique. But who got the brunt of it, though, was Ashley. But before I get there, she only set out peanuts for them. And I said, that's probably symbolic. Peanuts for the peanut gallery. That's all y'all gonna get is some peanuts. Fucking with Karen Huger, okay? She had printouts and receipts of how Giselle had been tweeting out these things. And then she said it was a retweet from the Shade Room. But I'm like, that don't look like a retweet. That looks like that's something you typed. And even if you hashtag the Shade Room at the end, it's still... Yeah, that's not a retweet. It would show it as a retweet, and we would know it was a retweet. Instead, it just looked like that's what you did. Ashley was up there trying to pop off, and that's when Karen had to say, oh, no, Missy, I got something for your ass. She talking about we all know about Michael, who was out on Grindr showing his community penis. I was like, Grindr? And for those of you who do not know, Grindr is the gay site for people seeking. I think it's men. I don't know. I know one of my friends used to use the site. One of my gay male friends. He used it. So Michael out here, maybe they into that. Yeah, I remember they said something about that when they had that beach house party and Michael showed up. it was just weird, and people kind of thought that, you know, something was up with Michael. So maybe he's bisexual, whatever. But, and what I found so funny about that moment right then and there is that, well, Ashley, you did ask for Curran, and you got her. She bit you just like a viper snake, didn't you? Be careful what you ask for, girl. This was explained in some ways how he treats Ashley, but that server they had in the background, he reminded me of Lady Eloise's server in Boomerang. That was hilarious. He was just like, and everybody like who was mad, if he's the, Giselle was like, if he's the accountant, he needs to be fired. He's not, honey. He just her little side friend. But either way, nothing was resolved. No one is clear on what Karen's situation is. But at some point during this conversation, I said, is Samuel Jackson going to pop out at any moment and ask, what's in your wallet? Because, I mean, it's like, what is the big deal with knowing what's going on with Karen's finances? I get that Karen has been bougie and stuck up and snobby and all of that, but I mean, what's the witch hunt for, really? But we'll see next week what's going to happen with these ladies. They're funny to me. They really fascinate me because the things that they make big deals about, I mean, like, I would be concerned if somebody was having a health issue or something. Like, you know, girl, we need to pray on you and lay hands on you. But, I mean, finances, hell, we filed bankruptcy and we start over. Look at Angry Wig, who's in the White House. He's filed bankruptcy multiple times and he still came on top. He's president of the United States. But anyways, that's all I've got for this episode. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you to my subscribers, new and old. Thank you for supporting this channel. Please continue to get the word out. Get people to subscribe to this channel. Again, YouTube has this thing where if you have a paltry less than 1,000 followers, they took away our ability to monetize our videos amongst other functionalities. So I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers before the end of the year. And if not that, at least 4,000 impressions before the end of the year of people watching the videos. And I appreciate that. That's all I've got. This has been Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 3, Episode 2, Meet the Press. I will see you back here next week. I've been Miss Sophia the Diva. You've been all that. Where's my purse?